Hello, my name is Dante Renee, and welcome to the 10 Room Bizarro YouTube page where I talk about films that I believe need to be talked about more. Like tonight's film, this is 1975's Rites of Uranus. Now, I do not have an official cover for this individual film, but it comes on the 12-unit show all night at the Bizarre Art Theater from Vinegar Syndrome right here. There are 12 movies on here, I believe, from the early days of hardcore X-rated adult cinema and in the old storefront theaters. This is the film from 1975 called Rites of Uranus, and I do not believe that they have a director is necessarily known for this film. Some people thought it was Alex Dorenzi. Not exactly sure. Post in the comments if you know. But let's look at the Rites of Uranus, or just Rites of Uranus. This is such a wild 60-minute snapshot of beautiful, bizarre 70s occult horror, X-rated erotica. It's really quite a trip. No pun intended, because this is the 70s. So let's get into this film here. Rites of Uranus is a 60-minute journey into cultish activity, cultish behavior, the fringes, the edges, the people who live in another section of town that nobody is aware of, and yet they're having an impact on that city. Not town, really city. It's psychedelic. It's ritualistic. It's salvation through anal sex. And it's magic. It's death. Reality, surreal, imprisonment, confusion, a mysterious talking horn, the Wizard of Oz? Question mark? Because to me, an element of this film reminded me of the Wizard of Oz. It really did. There's an element of this film that reminds me of the Wizard of Oz. In particular, the revealing of what is actually happening, what is actually going on in the real world. The music in this film is quite rich. We have ritualistic, dark, psychedelic rock. We have funky, groovy 70s music, sexy music. Lots of atmosphere in the music and in the grooves, and I compare it to the way Alex Dorenzi uses music in Babyface, predominantly in Babyface, and there's a power to the rhythms and to the grooves. There's a it's powerful. There's a power to it. There is almost like Catholic vibed chanting in here, Catholic tunes and melodies in the chants and in the rituals. There's a real drug haze to the actors in this film. It really, there's an authenticity where it feels like people are actually doing psychedelic drugs or actually under the influence of something, you know, pure 70s beauty here. Just what they say, their eyes, it's very believable. Let's just say it's extremely believable, okay? Because if the people in the film are in the story are under a drug of some sort, it's extremely believable with the actors themselves. There is some crazy dialogue in Rites of Uranus involving face-sitting and anal sex. There are very close vaginal shots and very close anal shots in here, very gynecological in a way. There are great girls in this movie, very sexually attractive girls in here. there seem to be two realities, atmospherically or environmentally, in Rites of Uranus. We have an indoor reality, and we have an outdoor, is it California reality? Where are we? What's real? And we kind of live in those two worlds, and mostly in the indoor cult talking horn at the front door world, that has a claustrophobic vibe about it, most definitely. We have the use of mirrors in this film, mirrors and masturbation, and kind of utilizing a black and white television in here as well. Some interesting shots involving that. There's something mysteriously unknown about the ending of Rites of Uranus, and I can't exactly put my finger in it, but there's something just mysteriously unknown about the ending here, where I'm not sure if I'm supposed to know or if I'm not supposed to know, but it just adds to the beauty of this entire film, of really the surreal involved in this horror, psychedelic, ritualistic, magical, religious, anti-religious, occult world. We deal with the vulnerable in this film and the helpless being led into what? What are they being led into? A big question mark. That's what they're being led into. This is Rites of Uranus. It is truly an occult anal nightmare. I believe it was also released independently on DVD, maybe by Something Weird. I'm not exactly sure, but I know that it was released also individually as well. But you can get it on the 12th Film storefront Bizarre Art Show set as well. Thank you so much for watching the 10 Room Bizarro YouTube page, where I talk about films that I believe need to be talked about more, like Rites of Uranus. Please feel free to check out my own personal films at youtube.com/poopy-diarrhea. That's POOPY diarrhea. You can subscribe there. Thank you so much, and good night.